Matt Stepp with Dave Campbell's Texas Football back here at the Built with Chocolate Milk Coaches Lounge here at the 87th Annual Texas High School Coaches Association Convention in Houston, Texas. Here with the head coach of the Hamlin Pied Pipers, Coach Russell Lucas. Coach, appreciate you taking a few minutes to chat with us.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
All right, Coach. First off, coaching school's here. Is it kind of your marker for the start of the football season when you guys leave here? I mean, it's time to get to work, isn't it?
Yes, we always look forward to coming to coaching school. For us out in West Texas, this is really it's a long drive down here, and so I have to convince my staff that this is something we need to do. But we always enjoy being down here and seeing everybody. But we know that once we get home, it's time to go to work. Not that we hadn't already been putting some time in, but it's serious business when we get back.
There you go. Now I saw you giving Tepper the evil eye. You guys have a high ranking in the magazine this year, and I know when you win a lot of ball games and you have kids coming back and you got experience, that's kind of part of the deal. What is your message to your kids when all the publications come out and you guys are ranked pretty high and there's a lot of expectations? How do you manage that, or is it something that you kind of welcome? Because obviously it means you guys are doing well.
Right. Well, what we told our kids, because obviously as soon as that stuff comes out, the parents start putting it out on social media and the kids start talking about it, and what we've talked to our kids about is that it's an honor, it's a tribute to our program and the kids that have done it before. But all that means for our group is there's some expectation there, but that has to be earned. That's not just because TEP decided to put that in the magazine. That doesn't mean it's going to happen just because we throw our helmet out on the field. And I'm standing out there talking to Coach Faith a minute ago, and I'm not sure that he would just concede that to us. So they beat us twice last year, and we're ranked ahead of those guys. So we've still got some work to do.
Did that ruffle some feathers around locally?
Yeah, our people in Hamlin are proud of it, and we're proud of it as well. But I also know that you can get caught up in all that and not do what you're supposed to do, and then it doesn't happen, and then everybody's disappointed. And so, but I know in the big country, especially those folks from Albany, they feel like they got us twice last year, and here we come out in this year's rankings and we're ahead of them, and it doesn't make sense to them. But it's all about what happens between the lines as far as this season goes. But it is an honor, but we got some work to do.
Now, I remember a couple of years ago, I don't know if you remember, you guys played on Thanksgiving night up in Vernon.
Yes, sir.
Against Wheeler, and I showed up, and I was there, and you were looking at me kind of crazy because you're like, what are you doing here? It's Thanksgiving night. You had a really, really young team, and a lot of those kids are seniors now. Mm-hmm. And I know you're going to lean on them hard. That year didn't go – the start of the year was a little rough because you guys were young.
Yep.
Do you remember a turning point in that season when you kind of felt like that group had turned the corner?
Well, a lot of times in our non-district schedule, we just try to get everybody in the right spots. And so sometimes you had guys out of position, and so I can't put my finger on a specific place. I see you out there. A specific place.
That's Denny Faith giving Coach Lucas a hard time over here. We'll have him on the hot seat here in a little while.
Thanks for nothing. But, there's a point there. A lot of times it's about midpoint in the season. We've seen that with our junior varsity kids. They just kind of get that toughness and the grind of the season. And so, we had some tough district games that year, so I'm sure our district season was about the turning point there.
Now, looking ahead to 2019, a lot of experience back. What kind of team can we expect to see from what's your team's personality going to be when you guys take the field to open the season on the 30th?
Well, I feel like they're going to have a lot of confidence because most of those guys were starters last year on that team, and so we're excited about it. I feel like defensively that's going to be where we'll hang our hat. We've got some guys defensively that we feel like can run and that are physical. It's one of the biggest teams we've ever had since I've been in Hamlin. So we hope to be a physical team on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. And then we have some guys that are skilled that can make some plays. And so we hope we're going to be fun to watch. And we're looking forward to this season.
You've been at Hamlin for quite some time. You've put roots down in that community. For someone who's not familiar with Hamlin, what's made Hamlin so special to you and your family?
Well, it's only my wife and I both grew up in Merkel, which is about 30 miles south of there. We spent a lot of time in that part of the big country, and we spent a couple of years there back in the 90s with Brad McCoy when he was the head coach there. I was the defensive coordinator, and we made some rounds, and I actually coached in Albany with Coach Faith for a few years and made my way back to Hamlin. It is a unique community. I mean, that community loves the school. They love the kids. We have a lot of people that come to our games that they don't have any kids on the team just because they're wearing green. That's their kids, and so it's a great community that supports athletics and not just athletics. They just support the kids in the school, and so we get a lot of support there. We have a great church family, and it's just a great community. And the kids that we have, we don't have a lot of wealthy kids in our program. A lot of our kids are maybe underprivileged, some people would think. But, man, they're great kids, and they're hardworking. They love each other, and we built relationships with their families, and their families, for the most part, trust us with their kids, which is an honor. And so it's just been a great place, and, I could see myself just living there, retire and staying there, and making that our home because it's a great community.
All right, Coach, we're not going to let you go without spinning the wheel of questions.
Okay.
So I'm going to let you.
What I got here?
You just give that thing a twirl, and we'll see what you land on. All right. So, as you know, wrestlers they have a walk-up song when they come out of the tunnel. So if Coach Lucas had a walk-up song for coaches when you guys are running out on the field and they played the walk-up song, what would your walk-up song be?
I have no idea. I'm not a music. I just got back from Nashville, and the only thing coming to my mind is Johnny Cash. I walk the line or something like that.
Well, you got to stay behind the line because you don't want to get flagged, right?
Right. So that's the only thing that come to my mind.
Johnny Cash.
That's probably pretty boring, but
Johnny Cash isn't boring though.
No, not Johnny Cash. We had a great time in Nashville. So
okay. Well, Coach, appreciate your time, and we appreciate what you do for the student athletes in the state of Texas and all over the Big Country. I know you do a lot of work outside the school with the communities in Big Country. So we really appreciate what you guys do.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate you.